Welcome to Invite the Angels into your life. God created angels to sustain his magnificent feelings throughout his universe. Their love is a balm of friendship, an unguent of healing. Angels' electronic presence can be felt through their images. Because we view their images that truly represent their frequencies, we absorb their healing rays. How do we invite these heavenly beings into our lives? Well, my name is Christine Johnston, and I'm a longtime student of these spiritual teachings. Elizabeth Clare Prophet. Through Elizabeth Clare Prophet, the Ascended Masters have released profound teachings that present a path whereby souls can find their way back to God. Ascended Masters are part of the Great White Brotherhood, which is a spiritual order of saints and adepts who have balanced their karma and ascended into higher realms. The word white refers to the white light of their aura and not to race. A messenger has been trained by the Ascended Masters to deliver advanced spiritual teachings. And these messages, known as dictations, contain the words of heavenly beings, as well as a transfer of light for our soul's quickening. While receiving these dictations, Elizabeth Clare Prophet was fully conscious in an exalted state. The messages occurred through the conveyance of the Holy Spirit and not through psychism or spiritualism. Mrs. Prophet was an author, teacher, and founder of the Summit Lighthouse. She delivered the Ascended Masters' teachings on a wide variety of subjects, including karma and reincarnation, healing, soulmates, twin flames, just to name a few. These teachings continue to be released by the Summit Lighthouse in more than 30 languages. Mrs. Prophet made her transition to higher realms in 2009. This is a depiction of how we appear to an angel or an Ascended Master. And this understanding helps us on our healing journey. So we see three figures in this chart: an upper, a middle, and a lower figure. The upper figure has two parts: the I am present, which is in the center, and the causal body. And the I am present is the Spirit of God that's individualized for each one of us. And it's surrounded by the 7 concentric rings, which make up our causal body. And these spheres of pulsating spiritual energy contain the records of all of our positive karma. These spheres correspond with the 7 rays and our 7 chakras. As we make positive choices, the energy rises to the causal body. The middle figure is called the higher self, which is a mediator between the I am presence and the soul evolving on planet Earth. So the higher self can be heard as a voice of conscience. The lower figure represents us. And as our souls heal, there's an incremental bonding with the higher aspects of our identity. So there are 3 spiritual orders of beings. The Ascended Masters and the Kingdom of Man is one order. The Angelic Kingdom is another order. And the Elohim and the Nature Kingdom is the 3rd order. When God directed the formation of the cosmos in the physical plane, it was the Elohim who brought forth that creation. Under the Elohim are the directors of the elements who are in charge of the gnomes, the sylphs, undines, and salamanders. And these elemental beings take care of the 4 elements of the nature kingdom. So the 3rd kingdom is the angelic kingdom. And there are many bands of angels within the angelic kingdom, including seraphim and cherubim. And every Ascended Master has his own legion of angels who serve with him to amplify the flame which he serves on. Angels help us to amplify virtuous feelings. Archangels are the highest beings in the angelic kingdom. The angel's assignment is to infuse the virtuous qualities of comfort, protection, guidance, and warning to mankind and the elemental kingdom. Angels are charged as God's step-down transformers of his light. And they can assume various forms, such as human form, or stabilizing rods, cones, or spirals of concentrated energy in answer to our call. The Lord has provided for angels to rise in the order of hierarchy, and through centuries of allegiance to the Creator and devotion to his creation, angels may be given the gift of free will and the opportunity to embody in human form. Angels are servants of God who were created to help us realize our divine potential. And each archangel and their divine complement, called an archai, also have legions of angels who serve under them. Anchored in their hearts is a tremendous love for mankind that keeps them working constantly on Earth. Earth's atmosphere is uncomfortable for their pure vibrations. Their only motive is to raise God's children to the original state of oneness that they once knew. God gave us free will, and therefore it is cosmic law that angels do not intervene in our personal or world affairs unless we ask. Free will means that we may accept or reject the laws of God and the opportunity to live in the consciousness of love. So we can simply talk to angels about our problems as if we are talking to our best friend. Most often, angels do not appear physically to us, although some people, especially children, do see angels. We may sense their heavenly presence, though. Our prayers to the angels must fulfill 3 conditions. 1, that they do not interfere with God's plan. Number 2, that they do no harm. Number 3, the timing is in accordance with our karmic cycles. So angels answer all of our prayers according to what is best for us. And we receive the best response based on our soul's need and our karma. So we give more power to our prayers when we speak them aloud. Our prayers are answered with precision, and the more specific our requests, the more specific the response. For example, if we want to pray for someone going into surgery, besides naming the person, it's best to include the name of the hospital, the doctor, the address of that hospital, the time of the surgery, and the desired outcome. The archangels are master surgeons who can repair our bodies and mend our souls. There's no field of study in which they do not excel. Each of the 7 rays and the 8th ray has a presiding archangel and archai who embodies the God consciousness of that ray. Each directs bands of angels serving in their command on that ray. When calling for the best outcome for surgery, for instance, we call to the angels or the archangel of the green ray of healing. So let's look more closely at each of the 7 archangels and note the specific qualities of each ray and when we might use that particular ray. Just as a ray of sunlight passing through a prism is refracted into 7 colors, spiritual light manifests as 7 rays. And these rays correspond to our chakras and the 7 days of the week. On each day of the week, there's a release of light to earth of a particular ray. And this slide shows the archangel and the archai who serve on each of the 7 rays. And each ray, as we mentioned, embodies specific qualities. And these are in the order of the ray. So the first ray is a ray of God's will, God's power, protection, and faith. And that is an image there of Archangel Michael and the archai. faith. The color is blue, and the day is Tuesday. Well, actually, I will be sharing more specifics in our next slide, so I will save the day. Second ray. The second ray is Archangel. The archangels are Archangel Jophiel and Christine, and the qualities are wisdom, illumination, education. So we might call to these angels when we're needing to study for a test, or we're needing to learn a new language, or just remember some of our past education. We can call to these angels to help us. The archangels on the third ray are Archangels Chamuel and Charity, and the qualities are God's love, creativity, beauty, and art. Now, each of these rays also correspond to a chakra. So you might deduce that the pink ray is the heart chakra of love. Archangel Gabriel and Hope are on the fourth ray, and this is the base of the spine chakra. The day is Friday. The qualities are purity, hope, and the ascension. Archangels Raphael and Mother Mary are on the fifth ray. And the qualities of the fifth ray are healing, vision, abundance, science, and music. And the chakra that corresponds to the fifth ray is the third eye chakra. Archangels Uriel and Aurora on the sixth ray of God's peace, administration, and service. Archangel Zachiel and Holy Amethyst on the seventh ray. And the qualities are freedom, forgiveness, transmutation, and diplomacy. Now we're going to focus a little bit more on each of the rays. Archangel Michael commands legions of angels who rescue souls from the accumulation of their human creation and from the projections of the dark ones. Michael states that he's determined to never give up until the last child of light on this planet has risen to the God source in the ritual of the ascension. So this ray is the blue ray, the first ray, and the day is Tuesday. And we can call for Archangel Michael's protection for physical as well as spiritual dangers, everything from accidents to psychic aggression. And we can call on behalf of others as well. We can call for the leaders of our nations. We can call for inspiration for our leaders, as well as our loved ones. These angels on the second ray of wisdom, illumination, and education can be called to, especially if we're wanting to see improvement in schools and the educational systems and our own capacity to learn. The day is Sunday, and as you can tell, the color of the ray is yellow, the second ray. And these angels are relentless in their warfare against ignorance, mental density, and mediocrity. Archangel Jophiel teaches that a single mind transformed by the mind of God is a catalyst for quickening the minds of the entire planet. Pretty amazing quality, the Christ mind. You can see why a soul like Jesus had such an influence on this planet. The third ray of God's love is pink, as you can see. The chakra is the heart chakra. And the day is Monday. And that means that on Monday, there will be a greater release of the vibration of God's love on that day. Some people actually choose to wear the color of the day to reinforce the vibration of love. Together with their legions of pink flame angels, Chamuel and Charity serve to expand the flame of adoration and divine love within the hearts of men. Archangel Gabriel and Archie Hope serve on the fourth ray of purity, discipline, hope, and the ascension. And the day that this frequency is released to the planet in greater measure is Friday. And together with the angels of purity and the seraphim, these angels help us with discipline and freeing ourselves from unwanted habits. So to give you an example, let's say we're trying to develop a discipline of exercise. We can say, Archangel Gabriel and Archie Hope, help me to overcome all opposition to my exercising. And you can end it by saying, according to God's will. According to everything that we ask, we want to end it with according to God's will, because a prayer like that is going to definitely be in accordance with God's will, but there might be certain calls that we make in regards to maybe political situations that we may not know God's will. And so if we say that, we're never making a call that is not in accordance with God's will. The Archangel Raphael and Mother Mary serve on the fifth ray of healing, vision, music, truth, science, mathematics, and abundance. So this was the mother of Jesus, this Archie, Mother Mary, and she took incarnation, having been chosen by God to give birth to Jesus. Archangel Raphael did not embody with her, but overshadowed her throughout her mission. The green ray, the fifth ray, is released in greater measure on Wednesday. The sixth ray angels, Archangel Uriel and Aurora, serve on the ray of God's peace, administration, brotherhood, and service. The day that this ray is released to the planet in greater measure is Thursday. Archangel Zachiel and Holy Amethyst are the archangels on the seventh ray of freedom, transmutation, diplomacy, mercy, justice, and forgiveness. The violet flame angels help us to let go of resentments and free ourselves from negative memories. The violet ray, also sometimes referred to as a cosmic eraser, is released in greater measure on Saturdays. So how do we use this knowledge of the seven rays and the archangels and the archai? We invoke the angels through the science of the spoken word. And this science includes different forms of spoken words, including fiats, prayers, affirmations, songs, decrees, and mantra. Fiats are short, like, Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. Decrees are longer spoken rhythmic prayers which combine visualization with precisely worded formulas spoken aloud. Decrees direct light of the seven rays for constructive, personal, and world change. Decrees are repeated because we're giving more light energy to the angels. And we increase the power of our prayers or our decrees by visualizing the desired outcome. If you would like a 7-page PDF of decrees invoking the seven rays, please make your request in the chat box. And we're actually going to conclude this presentation with a violet flame decree on the next slide. The violet ray has a power to transmute or change negative energy into positive energy. And by transforming negative thoughts and feelings, the violet flame can free us from our past and allow us to have more joy. The violet flame is a forgiving flame, and when we do not forgive someone, we tie ourselves to that person. So we're not truly free until we forgive. Before giving this decree, we ask the violet flame angels to help us overcome a certain situation in our lives or help us to forgive someone. And the call before our decree will direct the violet flame into our request. So I invite you to give this violet flame decree with me, and I'll pause for a moment where you can make a prayer to the violet flame angels of how you would like this violet flame decree used. Together, I am forgiveness acting here, casting out all doubt and fear. setting men forever free with wings of cosmic victory. I am calling in full power for forgiveness every hour to all life in every place. I flood forth forgiving grace.